So I just got home a couple 20 minutes ago and I got bored. You can clearly see I have makeup on, but we're gonna take it all off and we're gonna redo the whole thing and add steps because right now I'm just wearing brow gel, concealer, liner, mascara, and like a lip combo. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do my makeup. Let's get started. First things I like to do is my eyebrows. I love taking my time to make these brows as close to twins as I can get them, but that's just not realistic. I brush my eyebrows to check for any sparse areas to fill in with brow powder. Unfortunately for me, I sometimes pluck my eyebrows too thin or just give my eyebrows a botched haircut. So using a brow powder with an angled brush can make your eyebrows look slightly thicker and fuller, without making your brow look like Sharpie brows. Using black pigment is never an option for me. I'd rather look for dark cool tone brown eyeshadows or brown powders to make my eyebrows look as natural as possible. I like using brow powder. It really does give me freedom to slowly build up pigment easier in certain areas that a brow pencil just won't do. Well, for me personally at least.
Come on, pull it together. It's only a sun shower. We've been through worse weather like that. Stormy night, you wrote a dear job letter and took my bins and keyed and cut the leather. Bitch, you know better. You the M.O.B. Money over bitches, murder I.N.C. I got 2 or 3 hoes for every V, and I keep them drugged up off that ecstasy. I'm a playground legend like Kirkland Pee Wee. They my nigga in the league, got more game than me. I play harder, so many women I fathered. Meet them with scars and send them home hot and bothered. Truth to dare, this life ain't apparently fair. Ain't a love with no glare is a crystal stare. But we share something so rare, but who cares? You can, baby. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. And I gave you my all. Now, baby, be mine. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. Yeah. And I gave you my all. Yeah. Now, baby, be mine. Oh, I'm feeling like you're living a double life, 'cause you don't be coming home sometimes, baby, but you're always on time. Checking for one time, you and I got a special bond together.
I like to clean up my eyebrows with a wet wipe or a makeup wipe. Honestly, patience really is the key to a good brow. If I mess up and over clean my eyebrow, I'll just go ahead and go over that area with a brow powder again until I am satisfied with my brow's shape and sharpness. I also like to clean the middle of my brows because pigment can easily fly or spread out when brushing through your eyebrows when applying the brow powder. It just looks complete and clean. Now people will argue the amount of primer I am using is overkill, but I know my face, and I know using enough primer that can cover my face and neck can set me up for a beautiful concealer and foundation application for later.
Here at WIZ, we play nothing but the hits. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the motherfucking hits.
People will probably ask, why are you concealing your brow if you just cleaned your brow? Well, the whole point of cleaning before concealing is so that the brow powder doesn't mix with my concealer and make my concealer look darker rather than brighter. The purpose is to make my eyebrows pop and to look sharper. So with the contrast of dark and light, it will do exactly what I want it to do, stand out. Now, when I'm concealing the top of my eyebrows, I like to think of my eyebrows in sections. I've named the sections the head, body, and tail end of my brows. I know, real original, right? I like to only conceal the tail ends of my brows and use residue concealer on my brush on the middle of the body of my eyebrows. Then I'll blend all of the product upwards to my forehead in order to alleviate any struggle with foundation application around my eyebrows later. We all know the struggle of finding the right foundation shade, and that's okay. In order to keep the foundation face mask allegations to a minimum, I like to focus my application on my cheeks, ears, chin, and neck first, rather than cheeks, ears, chin, and forehead. Remember when we use the concealer on our brows? That'll help with using less foundation around the eyebrows and on your forehead, just so you can be careful and not accidentally ruin all your eyebrow work that you just did. The amount of foundation you put on your neck and chest is usually depending on the shirt you're wearing that day. I was honestly lazy and I literally just took the foundation to the top of my neck because I honestly wasn't going anywhere after this video. However, it's good to always blend out your neck foundation up to the collarbones, no matter what shirt you wear, unless it is a turtleneck shirt. Usually, I like to apply liquid contour on the bottom of my cheekbones, the temples of my forehead, and the top of my forehead. Sometimes I'll put liquid contour under the jaws of my cheeks and blend it towards the chin to avoid a contour beard. but this video, I didn't feel the need to apply contour underneath my jaws. I personally don't like applying liquid contour on my nose because I feel that later on, it'll look harsh when I try applying powder, contour, or bronzer. When I apply liquid blush, I like to apply it specifically near the outer bottom part of my eyes and take it up to the temples of my forehead. Then with the residue of the blush on my sponge, I take it down to the apples of my cheeks, focusing the pigment of the blush more on the top part of my cheekbones. Now it's finally time for concealer. Yay! We're almost there, girlies. I like to focus on adding more concealer on the bottom of my inner corner of my eyes, while only applying a nice line upwards from the bottom of my outer eye facing my temple to get that snatched cat eye look. Then I'll apply a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and a dot on the tip of my nose and a small line on my nose. Usually, I like to hydrate my face and concealer with setting spray before blending in all my concealer to make it last longer, and also for easy blending. Now this is the face powder portion of this video, starting off with setting powder. Usually wherever I put concealer, I'll put the setting powder to avoid creasing. Now, wherever I put the liquid contour, I'll just put the contour powder on top to make my face look smoother. Now, wherever I put liquid blush, I'll just apply powder blush. However, we will bring some of the powder blush underneath my eyes to wipe away the setting powder and also bring back a little more color into my face to make it look seamless and pretty cute. For nose contour, I only like to use powder contour and bronzer because it's easier to build up. I like to start at the head of my eyebrows and then brush on the contour to the middle of the sides of my nose bridge. Then I will go to the tip of the nose and contour the bottom of the tip of my nose to make my nose look like a button. Then I'll just run some setting powder on the sides of my nose to clean up that nose contour. Next, I just clean up my lips by following my natural lip line. Then I will apply lip liner by following my natural lip line. I like to apply chapstick to blend in the lip liner. Then I'll slowly apply eyeliner until I get the perfect shape that I want. Then I'll apply mascara. I usually treat putting on eyelashes like a ritual. I'll apply lash glue, and while the glue dries, I like to bend and rotate my lash until it forms a little vague U shape in order for the lash to fit my eye better. Plus, these lashes are already pre-cut to fit my eye length, so they should just plop right on. I like to hold down my inner corner for a couple of seconds, then push in my lash to better secure the lash onto my eyelids. For eyeshadow, I usually use contour or bronzer just to bring in some color back into my eyelids. Finally, we're done. We finally made it to the end of the video. Here is the finished look, the results from left to right. And I also added some cute little pictures in the end so you can see the results close up with no filter. Enjoy! Thank you for watching. Mwah.